Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. I hope you're ready for some mental maths today, because it looks from this rule set like we've got some in store. Even the title of the puzzle, Sum Balancing Products, suggests we might have something like that to do. I'll do the rules in a moment. First of all, let me remind you, on Patreon, put out more flags live until the 20th. It's our Sudoku hunt for the month, features puzzles based on very abstruse flags from around the world. Do check it out. You'll learn something about flags, even if you struggle with the puzzles. Some people have had some very good times with the puzzles. Other people have got quite frustrated with them, but they are all doable. And we recommend it highly. Give it a try. It's a good workout. That's on Patreon, along with all of our connections and crossword videos. There are plenty of those. And also linked under the video, Sven's Sudoku Pad and our apps, which feature Classic Sudoku 2, the newest one, out last week on Android App Store and Steam. You can play these, build to 60 wonderful classic puzzles, just given digits and normal Sudoku rules applying, but some wonderful constructions within that from especially Nikoli and Sam Cappleman-Lynes, two of our best friends in the world, one an organisation, one a person. Do check that out. There's also other apps including the Worms, and they are great too. But today's puzzle is called Some Balancing Product, as I said, by MantaRay, who's featured before, I think. Now, the rules, normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. This is a yin-yang puzzle. We have to shade some cells in the grid such that all shaded cells are orthogonally connected. All unshaded cells are orthogonally connected, and there's no 2x2 region of either shaded or unshaded anywhere in the puzzle. So imagine if this was the shaded region. That would be fair, because the unshaded region would all be connected, the shaded region would all be connected, no 2x2s. Now, what are we going to use these shadings for? Within a cage, digits don't repeat, even in this one. And they sum to the value shown if it is shown. So those four do add up to 15. For this cage, we don't have a value. We don't know what they add up to. No repeats is all we know. Every cage in the puzzle contains at least one cell of each shading. And within a cage, the sum of the unshaded cells is equal to the product of the shaded cells. So you multiply the shaded cells, you add the unshaded cells, and you get the same total. For clarity, if only one shaded cell exists within a cage, then the cage's product value is that cell's digit. So if there's only one shaded cell, that is the product of the cage. No two cages, oh, this might be important, no two cages have the same value as their sum or product. So they're all different. 1, 2, how many cages are there? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different sums and products that are equal within cages. Wow. I mean, it's a very simple idea in a way. If you've seen yin-yang before, if you haven't, yin-yang's a bit complicated, but if you have, it's a straightforward idea. I've just never seen that rule set before. I remember back in the really early days of the channel, we did a puzzle where every cage had the total of odds, the sum of the odds and the sum of the evens balanced. And that in itself seemed utterly brilliant at the time. I mean, I'm sure it was a brilliant puzzle, but the range and variety of things that have been done since then, it's a bit of a surprise we haven't seen this before. Maybe we have and I've forgotten. Give it a try on the first link under the video. I'm going to restart the clock and say, let's get cracking now. Right, I know that the 11 cage contains 1, 2, 3, and 5, because the sums are given. But I don't know what the n of this cage, what the product. Okay, I probably can work it out. 5 plus 1 equals 2 times 3. Does that mean that the n of this cage is definitely 6? I think it does. Because if you multiplied anything by 1... Oh, no. 5 times... I'm wrong. 5 times 1 equals 2 plus 3. Okay, I'll modify what I was about to say. If you multiply anything by 1, it has to be the biggest digit, so the other two can add up to that, and that's what would happen. So that's really annoying. 1, 2, 3, 5. But it's either 5 times 1 equals 2 plus 3, or 5 plus 1 equals 2 times 3. Okay, that's not entirely annoying in the yin-yang context. Right, I need to tell you some of the exciting things about yin-yang, and there are 2 exciting things. One that we know always applies is that the perimeter can only contain a maximum of 2 runs of different colour. And you can see why that is. Imagine that this was purple and this was yellow. Let's say yellow ran around here, then there was purple. If you had more runs of colour, so you had another yellow, you'd have to have another purple. And then how do you join the purples up without splitting up the yellows and not letting them join up? That is the issue there. So there is only 1 run of colour of each colour in the perimeter maximum. Now, the other thing that I have to tell you is there are no checkerboards. There's no instance of purple being in those 2 and yellow being in those 2. And you can see, actually I shouldn't have done it there, I should have done it here. But you can see why. Because if you had this and you try and connect up the 2 yellows, you must cut off the 2 purples from each other. You know, you could go round in a huge old bubble, but you will have cut off the purples inside the bubble from the purples there. So you can't have checkerboards. Now, the reason I'm telling you both of those things straight away is they apply here. The interesting thing about this cage, if I've got this right, I have, is that we have to have a stripy cage. No, that is true, but the point about this is the 2 possibilities that exist for how this cage breaks down in terms of sum and product. It's either 2 plus 3 equals 1 times 5, or 1 plus 5 equals 2 times 3. Actually, that's quite interesting. It's always the same pairs, but they do different roles. And that matters in this puzzle because it's specified in the rules that it's the product that is the result of the shaded cells. So these 2 possibilities, these are the products, these are the sums. Ah, it's so weird. Okay. Anyway, the point is there are 2 of each. This cage has 2 of one colour and 2 of another. It cannot be checkerboarded for various reasons. One is we've just said it can't be, and the other is it would create a run of three colours on the perimeter. So it can't be checkerboarded, and therefore it must be striped. That's the only way to have 2, either horizontally like that, or vertically like this. And I'm not deliberately choosing colours here, I'm just showing you stripes and colours. And either way round, as soon as it's striped one way or the other, you've got a perimeter break, you've got a change of colour. You can only have 2 of those in the perimeter, and we've found 1. So that is so often a goal in a yin-yang puzzle, is to find the perimeter breaks, the colour breaks around the perimeter. And we've found one in the 11 cage. Right, I am moving on finally to the 12 cage. Now, there are 2 ways of adding up to 12. One of them is 1, 2, 3, 6. One of them is 1, 2, 4, 5. Now, I can also see that if we put in 1, 2, 3, 6 here, we'd have used 1, 2, 3 as we have there. That would use up all the 1, 2, 3s for columns 1 and 2. There's only 1 each in each column. And they would in column 3, 1, 2, 3 would all go into this cage. Oh, that is a legal cage. 1 plus 2 equals 3 as a solo product. Oh, bother. I was hoping to prove 1, 2, 3, 6 couldn't work. Oh, no, this is good. If this was 1, 2, 4, 5, this isn't going to work. This cage would contain 1, 2, and 5. Because they'd have been used, 1s, 2s, and 5s would have been used up for the first 2 columns in those boxes. And I don't think 1, 2, 5 is going to work as a cage in this puzzle because 1 plus 2 does not equal 5. 1 plus 5 does not equal 2. 5 plus 2 does not equal 1. You obviously can't multiply 2 of them together to get the other one. That is not possible. That's not happening. It may be, if we thought about 1, 2, 4, 5, that we couldn't even multiply, that we couldn't achieve the sum and product thing, but this will do for me. The X-wing result that prevents that forming is good enough. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 6 cage. 1, 2, 3 do go in here. Now, I think we know about that cage that 1 and 2 are the sum digits and 3 is the product digit. Yes, we definitely do. Oh, what do we know about 1, 2, 3, 6? Clearly 1 plus 2 plus 3, that could be the sum with 6 as the product. Is there another configuration? Just have to be a bit careful. No, I don't think if you add any... Oh, 1 times 2 times 3. Yeah, there are 2 configurations. Oh, it's really weird though. 1 times 2 times 3 equals 6. So, just as that cage was 2 of one and 2 of the other, I think this cage is always going to be 3 of one and 1 of the other. This is a bit of a terrifying puzzle because I could miss something here. I mean, I basically have missed one alternative at my first thinking about each of these cages. So I'm quite glad that I had the X-wing justification for ruling 1, 2, 4, 5 out of here. Right, 1, 2, 3, 6. Think about it for me. If you added any 2 of these digits, you do not get the product of the other 2. 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3, 1 plus 6, 2 plus 3, 2 plus 6, 3 plus 6. Okay, so it's not a 2 and 2 cage. Therefore, it must be a 3 and 1 cage, and I think we've worked out the 2 possibilities. Now, this doesn't need a perimeter break because it could have one colour in those 3 cells and the other colour here. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to think about the 15 cages next. I don't want to do that because there are so many. I mean, I'm going to have to. The only thing I know about this is that there are 2 unshaded cells and 1 shaded, which is the 3. Oh, hang on. This cage does not contain any 1s, 2s or 3s because in this box we've used up 1, 2, 3, 5 before we get to that cell, and in this box we've used up 1, 2, 3. So we are making this up from big digits. Now how's this going to work? You've got to multiply 2 of those to get to something that you can sum. Just using a single digit as the multiplier is not going to get you enough, even if you used 9. The minimum sum then would be 4, 5, 6 and 7. So we've got to multiply at least 2 of these digits together. 4 times 5 equals 20. You can't make 20 from 3 of 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no repeats in a cage. That's important to remember. You can't make 20, so it's not 4 times 5. It's going to be 4 times 6, which is the other. This is so strange, but it is true. It's going to be 4 times 6 to give 24, And then that is going to be 9 plus 8 plus 7. So what I first of all tried to do was multiply the two lowest available digits. 4 times 5 is 20. That leaves a rump of digits of 6, 7, 8, 9. The minimum sum of 3 of those is 21. You can't possibly multiply by a third digit. You'd be up to 120. That's crazy. So we're multiplying 2 digits. 4 times 5 didn't work. 4 times 6 does work. 4 times 7 is the next lowest product, and that's 28, and that's too much for 3 different cells. So this cage is 4 times 6 equals 7 plus 8 plus 9. And I'm quite excited at finding the identity of the cage and what the sum is and what the product is. But I haven't really done anything, because I haven't started to find out where the 4 and the 6 are. I am going to have to think about the 15 cages, and I'm going to do it in a minute, but I was quite excited about this. Oh, I'll tell you what, 5 is in one of these 2 cells, and that's an X-wing with a 5 up here, so 5 in column 3 is in one of these cells. I mean, that's thrilling, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay, if we need to find the other perimeter break. Oh, by the way, this is a 9-cell cage. I am aware that that contains all of the digits 1 to 9, but I am literally petrified of trying to work out the multiplication that might give that. What you have to do is come up with a multiplication of 2 or maybe 3 digits in this case, and then the remaining digits sum to that same number. And I don't know, you might need a computer program or something to... There might only be one way to do it, but I do not know how to isolate that quickly, so I'm trying to put that part of the project off. This is an 8-cell cage. I don't know what to do with that. So I'm really going to have to focus on these 2 15s. Now, I'm just going to list out for my own satisfaction the methods of filling that cage. 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 4, 8, 1, 2, 5, 7. 1, 3, 4, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6. Can't do 1, 4, 5 anything. So 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, that's all there are. There are 6 ways of filling a 15 gauge. Now at least, oh, do you know, this is just an aide-memoire, so I'm colouring it yellow for now. Do you know what I've forgotten? I've forgotten about the rule about no 2 cages have the same sum or product value. Right, well this one, we know what the product value down here was. If I did, yes, and I did eliminate all the possibilities. It doesn't matter whether it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6 or 1 times 2 times 3 equals 6. It's always 6. And that was one of the 2 possibles here. Right, this, I'm going to stick, how do I mark this? Do I bother? I'm getting rid of those corner marks. I'm going to use corner marks for now. This probably won't last. To mark when I've used an N in a cage, when I've used an individual, a unique sum or product value. It must be 6 here. Now up here, there were 2 ways of doing this, but one of them was 5 plus 1 equals 2 times 3, and that would have been another 6. So this one is actually 5 times 1 equals 2 plus 3. And that has used up the value 5. This one, this cage was 24, wasn't it? 4 times 6 equals 7 plus 8 plus 9. And this cage is 1 plus 2 equals 3. So we've used up 3, 5, 6, and 24. So that's something to bear in mind when we try and work out which ones of these could make up a valid cage. Right, first of all, I'm going to think about, okay, here's another thing. One of these cages is going to not be a perimeter break. We know that this cage is a stripy cage that has a perimeter break because it's got 2 of one type and 2 of the other. This cage might not be. at least one of these must be able to not be a perimeter break. And I think therefore it must have 3 of one type and 1 of the other. So in which case can we add 3 digits together to give the other, or multiply 3 digits together to give the other? I'm looking at you, 1, 2, 4, 8. We can't do it here. We could do it here. 1 times 2 times 4 equals 8. We can't do it here. We're not quite there either. The lowest 3 digits here add up to 8. The lowest 3 digits here add up to 8. The multiplications aren't going to work once you get past these. 2, 3, 4 equals 9. No. None of, I'm pretty sure, I mean, shout at me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that digit, that cage sum must appear in one of these and be the non-perimeter break. Oh, we also know, if I'm right about this, and I think I am, there's no other 3 and 1 split cage available here. It's that one. So that one is definitely appearing in one of these cages and is not having a perimeter break. This cage now cannot have a perimeter break, and therefore the digit 6, which is always the extra digit, is sitting in one of those cells. These are a 1, 2, 3. The trouble is, I don't know what color. I've either now colored the 6 in the product color, or the 6 in the sum color, and the 1, 2, 3 in the other color, because that can work both ways round. Okay, what I do know is I've got a 1, 2, 3, 5 quad there, in which the 5 must be in one of those cells, so there's no 5 in these cells. Oh, I've also got a 6 there. Ah, I'll tell you what, 6 is now in one of these 2 cells, and we're going to have a perimeter break in this box, and either in this box or in this box another one, which is going to be whichever is the yellow combo that goes here. Because if we can't have a 3 and 1 split, we're going to have a 2 by 2 split in one of these cages with one of the yellow combos. And therefore the perimeter breaks occur here and either here or here. They do not occur in this run of cells, and most especially in this run. And therefore these 2 are the same color, and they include 6, which is a multiplying cell. And they also include 4, because that must be the same color and is the other multiplying cell. So that is a 6, 4. I'm now making it purple because we're not going to break from here all the way up to here. That's all purple. Then we are going to break in the 11 cage. These are going green. Purple is now my product color, which is good. P for purple, P for product. These are all purple. We're going to get to at least there. And actually, I'm just going to move this cage, this aide-memoire cell down to there so we can make those green. Now, I have to stop here because we don't know which of these cages has the perimeter break in it and which one has no perimeter break and 1, 2, 4, 8. Okay, let's try. Finally, I'm going to try and work out which, oh my goodness, 20 minutes gone. Which of these cages, what is the population of the other cage? I'm hoping to find that only one of these yellows can possibly have 2 of its digits multiply to be the sum of the other 2. So, oh, this can straight away. 1 times 7 equals 2 plus 5. And here we go, straight away. 1 times 7 equals 3 plus 4. Oh, that is really a depressing start. 1 times 3, 1 times 5, 1 times 6. 1 would always have to multiply by the biggest digit. Otherwise, you're multiplying 2 non-1 digits together. That's not going to work. This one is ruled out. This one is ruled out. This one doesn't have a 1 in it, so it's a slightly different case. Oh no, it's okay. I was seeing that 2 times 6 equals 3 times 4. That doesn't matter. There's no addition there. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. That's close, but it's not. No cigar. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 6 is 18. 4 times 6 is 24. That doesn't work. It's one of these. Oh, and its n is going to be 7. And the n of this one is going to be 8. We remember our n's are a unique set. So I've used 3, 5, 6. These are going to give me a 7 in the yellow cage and an 8 in the deep purple. Actually, this colour I'm calling pink, which still begins with a P for product. That's fine. Oh, these digits are 7, 8, 9. In fact, in this column, these remaining digits are 4 and 5. Here's my first digit in the grid. He's a 4, 6 pair. That is a 5. That is a 4. Ooh, this cage is getting interesting. Right, I need to do something with these. We don't have the issue of X-wings particularly because we don't have to populate those cells. This is really... How am I going to note this down? One of these cages is going to contain 1, 2, 4, 8. Oh, maybe it can't be this one. Okay. Let's get rid of that. One of the cages is going to contain 1, 2, 4, 8, and the other one is going to contain 1 times 7 and 2 times 2 plus 5 or 3 plus 4. Right, we're just going to have to remember that. But I was wondering if this cage contained 1 and 2, that would, because 1 and 2 are there, that would force 1 and 2 into this cage. What happens there? We've already had the cage where 1 can add to 2. You can't multiply 2 with anything to get 1, or 1 with anything else to get 2. So I don't think it's possible. This is vital. This is vital. I don't think you can put 1 and 2 in this cage because we've had the cage that has the 3 total. Even 1, 2, 4. That doesn't work. I must not miss a possibility here. You can't have 2 product digits and 1 sum digit. That's definite. And you can't have, yes, we've already done the only 3-cell cage which can have 1 and 2 in it. There can't be another one here. This cage does not have 1, 2, but we needed the yellow cage to be 1, 2, 4, 8. It must go down here. And that is not the perimeter break cage. This is the one where you can avoid breaking the perimeter by having 8 there as the product. Oh no! No, 8 is thank goodness, 8 is the sum digit. 8 is not the product. The product digits are 1, 2, and 4, all multiplying together. So there's no perimeter break there. There's going to be a perimeter break up here. In this cage, we know that the value, the n, is 7. And it involves a 1 and a 7. Okay, I'm reluctantly going to get rid of my corner marking business. We've used 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8 now. But I need the ability to use these numbers as possible places within the box as normal. So this is either someone setting off a long chain of WhatsApps there. This is either 1, this definitely has a 1 and a 7 in it, and then either a 2, 5. It doesn't have 2, 5 because we're not allowed to put 1, 2 here. And if it had 2, 5, we would have that problem again. So this is 1, 7, 3, 4. Right. Oh, this is a product thing, product cell, and that makes it 1 or 7. This is a sum cell, and that makes it 3 or 4, because green is the sum colour. Now, how did that work over here? The product was 1, this is the 5 thing. So 1 times 5 are the product. That's 1 or 5. 2 and 3 are the sum things. Some things. Sum balancing product. Yeah, I don't know how to mark it up apart from that. I don't know quite how the stripes work in these two cages. I do know that 1 and 4 are there and 1 and 4 are here. So the 1 and 4 in column 7 have to be in box 6. I do know that 1 and 3 are here. Oh, 1 and 3 are here. So 1 and 3 are going into this cage. Now, we've worked out there wasn't another 1, 2 something cage available. And we have to come up with a different N2, 3, 5, 6, 7, or 8, or indeed 24. So the N here, it's going to be 4, isn't it? It's going to be a 1, 3, 4 cage. What else could you do? You can't multiply 1 by anything. You can't multiply 3 by anything to get 1. Somebody's car alarm going off, I'm sorry. Oh, they've stopped it, thank goodness. So you're going to have to add 2 digits, and you're always going to have to add the 2 lower digits to get the other number. And since we can't use 2, this is 1, 3, 4. There is 1 purple and 2 greens there, just as there are here. I can't mark that up, I don't know how. But this is a 4 cage, so we've now used ends of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 24. The only cages we have left to populate, and these were not threatening to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, are these 2. Wow, this is, I mean, I'm just getting overexcited by this puzzle. Right, 4 is in those cells, so these can't have a 4. The 4 in box 1 is in one of those cells. There's also a 6 in one of these 3 cells, because of the 6 there and the 6 here. Oh, this cage. I forgot this cage. Right. What's going on in this cage? We've got a 5 and a 4. Actually, this digit sees 1, 2, 3, 6 and 4, and 5 in its cage. That is 7, 8, or 9. This one, I don't know anything about except... Oh, hang on, though. I do know that 1 and 2 are in that cage. 1 and 2 are in this cage. 1 and 2 must be in this group. Oh, here's something else I know. In this quad of 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4's over here, so that's not a 4. In the same quad, the 3's over there, so that's not a 3. This is a little 1, 2 pair now. That digit is 7, 8, or 9. In fact, we've had 1, 2, 3, 5 in this column, so everything else, which is not 4, 6, is 7, 8, or 9. We need a 5 in this box down here somewhere. Okay, let's finally think about this orange cage. What is going on here? Can we have 3 and 1? No, we can't. The minimum sum of 3 digits is 1, 5, and 4. That's too much for the other cell. The minimum product of 3 digits is 1, 5, and 4. That's too much for the other cell. This cell is another 2 and 2. So we're multiplying 2 of the digits to get the sum of the other 2. We're not multiplying those 2 because the sum is too high for those 2. So we're multiplying this. This is a multiplier cell. We're multiplying that by one of the other cells to get to the sum of the other 2. Now, 1 times 9 equals 5 plus 4. That's possible. This might not be a 1 though. This might be, it's not going to be a 2 because I can't make 10 from those or 8 from those. And those 2 add up to 9. If it was a 3, oh no, 3 works. If that was a 3, 3 times 4 equals 5 plus 7. 3 times 5 doesn't work, and 3 times that is too big. The next biggest thing the next lowest thing it could be is a 6, and that's far too high to multiply by either of those. So this is 1 or 3. If it's a 3, this is a 7. If it's a 1, this is a 9. And this could be a multiplier, or it could be a sum cell. Now one of these must be a sum cell. It's that one. So weird. Because it's either 5 plus 7 or 5 plus 4. This one is uncertain. So these are one of each. That one is always a sum cell. That is always a product cell. Goodness me. Oh, hang on. Right. Look at this. Look at this pair. These see 1, 2, 3, 4. These multiply together, and they are at least 5 and 6. That means they multiply up to be 30. The next lowest total you could get is 5 and 7 multiplying together to give 35, but 35 plus 5 plus 7 is too much for a cage, where obviously 45 is the maximum, the sum of the digits from 1 to 9. So this can't be 5 and 7. This must be 5 and 6. Now, there is a wrinkle to be very careful of. This is an 8-cell cage. We're not going to use all the Sudoku digits. One of them is going to be missing. We are going to have an n of 30, but we could still throw another number into the products, and that number is 1. Because if you multiply 5 by 6 by 1, remember 1 was one of the multipliers here and here. 1 is a perfectly valid multiplier. And if you multiply by 1, then you've got 12 in the pink cells, 30 in the green, and a 3 missing from the cage. If you don't have a 1, I'm just guessing that 1 would be here. I mean, it could be anywhere, I don't know. If you don't have a 1, you've got 11 in the multipliers, 30 in the adders, the summers, 41 in total, and you're missing a 4. Right, this cage is either missing 3 or 4. It has all the other numbers in it. It's missing 3 or 4. It has all the other numbers in it. The only one that can be pink is the 1. These two cells can't be the 1 because of this 1-2 pair. So they're definitely green. Either 3 of these or 4 of them are green, and the only one that might not be is the 1. And even that might be green. Okay, that's weird, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm on top of that now. I mean, I feel like I'm losing my head at this moment, but this is brilliant. This puzzle is just superb to me. Now, the remaining digits in the bottom row are 7, 8, and 9. That one can't be 8 because of the box. This is part of a 7, 8, 9 triple, and this digit is 5. Interesting. I mean, it's not going to do anything, is it? 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it hasn't changed anything. But it's my 4th digit in the puzzle, and I'm proud of it. Now, I need better yin-yang skills. I could, if I had them, if I was Simon, I could probably work out which one of these is green and which one is pink. But I can't, and I'm not. Oh, bother. One of these is purple, and 2 of them are green. That's no help. Oh, these are all green? Oh, there's a bit of absolutely painfully obvious yin-yang. That's because of this cage makeup. It's done nothing. Oh, 2 of these. Yeah, hang on. 2 of these are green. We're adding them together. Yes. They can't be next to each other, the two greens, because that would now create a 2 by 2 there or there. So the greens have to be chaperoned by a purple in the middle, which is the digit 3. Oh my goodness, that gets me another digit. This purple has to escape. See, I do know something about yin-yang. Also, I know that we can't have a 2 by 2 there, so that's purple. So I've now managed to colour some purple cells outside the perimeter and the cages, which almost feels like it's exciting. Right, these remaining digits in the row are 3, 4, 7 and 9. It's probably, oh, that's not a 4 because there's a 1, 2, 4 cage here. So one of these is a 4. That's almost quite interesting because it almost forces 4 into the cage, in which case we'd know that 3 wasn't in the cage. Because remember, either 3 or 4 is missing from the cage. Oh, is it going to be time to tackle this? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Okay, I'm going to think about it now. I'm going to think specifically about where to put 1 and 4 in this cage. Because I've got a 1 and 4 in that 2 by 2 and a 1 and 4 in that one. And therefore, I know that that's used up the 1s and 4s for columns 8 and 9. None of these cells have a 1 and 4 in. None of these two do because they're in the box. This one doesn't because they've been used in the other cage in the box. And therefore, 1 and 4 are in these two cells of that cage. That's worth doing. Haven't had to think for a moment about the N of this cage. Oh, the N of this cage is 30, which doesn't clash with that 24. Let's just bear that in mind. Anyway, the 1 and 4 there see this digit that make it a 2, and this one and make it a 6. This becomes a 1. Now, this cage needs a 1 because the only digit missing is 3 or 4. And the 1 is going to have to go here. Do we know if it's pink? No. But we do know that the other 3 cells are green, so we've coloured some more stuff. We know that 3 or 4 is the only digit missing, so these cells must include 2 and 8. And that is not an 8 now. I think those conclusions are all fair. I've analysed my thoughts and I've agreed with myself. So we've got one of the 1 and 4s here. Well, we've got them both in the cage. Yes, we need an 8 in the cage and it can't be there. It must be in one of these cells. I can't really pencil mark that. 3. Oh, 3. 3. No, this is good. 3 is very good. 3 can't be here because we've had a 3 in that box. 3 can't be here or here because we've had a 3 in this box. 3 must be in this cage, so it has to be in one of these cells, not actually in that one. There's a 3 in one of those cells. This digit has become a 4. And that one is now not 3 or 4. That one's not 4. This is the only place for 3 in the box, and that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light proving its position. Now, what was this? What was this cage? It was 7 times 1, so they're both pink, 4 plus 3, so we've coloured the corner. We've got a pink 2 by 2 forming, so that goes green. And over here, that's not a 2. This one is a 2 plus 3. That can't be 3 in the corner. That is where 3 is. 2 plus 3. This is the 5 cage. That was the 6 cage, yes. 2 plus 3 equals 1 times 5. Those are the product digits. That's a 1-5 pair looking down here and making 2. And that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light losing its religion. And we've filled in almost, yes, all of these corner cages are going to be done. And I mean, you could start thinking, as many people would, about the Phistomefel ring at this point. Right, I'm going to mention it. One of the things we know is that this ring of 16 digits has the same digits as these corner cells. This is the Phistomefel ring. I can very quickly prove it to you by saying that these 4 columns have the digits 1 to 9. That's how this works. 4 times. This row, this box and this box is another set of the digits 1 to 9 4 times. If you eliminate the common digits between those, which are there and there, one of those patterns leaves you with the Phistomefel ring. One of them leaves you with these corner boxes where we know exactly what the digits are now. And that means this ring has exactly those same corner digits. So I'm going to mark off with yellow where I know that they've matched. So 1, 3, 4 there, 1, 3, 4 there. 1, 3, 2 here, 1, 3, 2 up there. That 1, this is a 3. 1 and 3 here, 1 and 3 here. 1 and 4 are in this group. 1 and 4 are here. So the remaining digits I need to find places for on the ring, those 5 and 1 here, are 5, 7, 2, 6, 2, 8. Well, we don't have a 9 on the ring, so this is a 7. 5, 7, 2, 6, 2, 8. We need 2 2s. We need one of those to be in row 3 and one of them to be in row 7. The one in row 7 is not here because of that, so it's there. The one in row 3 is not there because of that, so it's there. 7, 2, 2, 5, 6, 8. One of them here, and one of them in this group. 5, 6, 8. Oh, that's not a 4, that's not a 1. This is 5 or 6. This is 6 or 8. And the other one of those is in this group. And I don't quite know how to finish that off. It was worth thinking about, though. Now, where's 8 in this cage? It's now in one of those 2 cells. Oh no, I was going to say, didn't we just prove 8 had to be in the ring here somewhere? But no, it could be there. Okay, I don't know which of those cells 8 is in, but it is in one of them. Now, we've got a 7 done here. So 7 is now in one of these 2 cells. And up there somewhere. 8, 9 pair. Now, this cage... We've had 5, 6, 1, 2, 8. 7 and 9 have to be in it. They could both be there. Ah, that 1 is looking at this cell. Right. I'm going to get rid of the yellow stuff. Let's get rid of yellow. 5, 6, and 8 are those 2 orange, and one of these are 5, 6, and 8. One of those 2 is a 4. We know where that is. That's here. That's not the orange cell. This is the orange cell. And it is 5, 6, or 8. I mean, that's quite interesting. I'm terrible at remembering to use the Phistomefel ring, so I'm pleased I've sort of thought about it now. Now, this cage needs a 7, a 5, and a 3 in it. And they're not here. They're all down here. The 7 is definitely in this box. The 5 is in one of those 4 cells. This digit is left to be 6 or 9. I don't know which one. I'm finally going to have to think about this thing, aren't I? And yin-yang. I've forgotten yin-yang for ages. I've done nothing. I started colouring things orange and green. Orange and yellow. That's going to mess up anybody's yin-yang. I'm reluctant to remove the orange yet, so let's leave it for now. Let's think about this cage now. I don't know. one of these is purple. What are these digits? They're not 1, 2, 4, 3, 5 or 7. We're selecting from 6, 8, 9. At least one of them is purple and therefore is in the multiplication. Now that's quite interesting. That is quite interesting. Because now we know we're multiplying 6 or 8 or 9. We're not multiplying any two of them together, because 6 times 8, the minimum there is 48, and that's more than the sum of the rest of the digits. So one of those is purple and one is green. We're using one of these digits in the multiplication. If we multiplied 6, so no, the most important thing is we're not multiplying, I was going to say, are we multiplying 3 digits? 6 times 2 times 3 is 36, and that's quite appealing. It doesn't quite work. That's the minimum. If you forget 1 for the moment, if you multiplied by 2 non-trivial digits, the minimum you could get is 6 times 2 times 3, which is 36, plus 6, 2 and 3 would be 47. That's over the limit of 45. So we're not using 2 non-trivial digits apart from this 6, 8 or 9 in the calculation. We're multiplying either 6, 8 or 9 by one other non-trivial digit and maybe by 1. Because 1's this sort of wildcard floater. Right, what could we multiply 6 by to get a total that would work? 6 times 5 is 30. The other digits would add up to 34. We're allowed a difference of 1 because of the fact that 1 is a floater. That's not it. 6 times 6 is 36, which is close. It's not 6 that is the multiplying digit. It doesn't work. 6 times, so we'll try 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Oh, that's spot on. 8 times, no, it's not. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 8 plus 4 is 44. So 8 times 4 times 1 might be how we make up this cage. But it might be with a 9. 8 times 5 is 40, that's 48, 53, that's far too many. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 9 plus 3 is 39, that misses by too much. 9 times 4 is 36, plus 4 plus 9 is 49, it's not that. Right, we are multiplying 8 by 4 and by 1. And the other digits in the cage are the sums to 32 that are green. Excellent. So I've got loads of colouring done. I mean, not helpfully, but that 4 and 1, they are both pink. Right, we've got 8 is going to be pink here. Just remember that for me, because I'm going to forget this. 1, 3, 4, 2. There's a 7 over here. This is a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad. That digit is a 5. This is 6, 8 or 9. Now, that's a 5, 6, 8, 9 quad. This is the only place for 3, and this is a 7. That 7 makes this 8 or 9. That 3 takes 3 out of these cells. Now, what's going on here? 4, 5, 1. I just don't know, because either 3 or 4 is missing from this box, from this cage. 4 might be missing, but 3 might still be missing. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay, never mind. These digits are 5, 6 and 9 in the box. And that one out here is an 8 now. That makes this a 9. That makes this an 8. That makes this not an 8. This is not an 8 as well. There's a 9. In this column, the 9 is in one of those two cells, and this digit becomes a 6. And that means 6 is not in this group, it's in this pair. This is a 6, 8 pair. That digit is an 8. It's in the same box as a 6. 8 is the pink digit there. 6 is the green. Right, we have to avoid a checkerboard here now, so that's green. This digit is a 9. 2, 6, 5, 1, 3, 4. That digit is an 8. That is one of our orange digits. So that is now not an 8. Oh, I could have told that before. Okay, I'm getting rid of orange. Phistomefel ring has done its job today. That's not an 8. This is a 7, 9 pair. Gosh, this is brilliant. This is oh, we now know what this cage consists of, so now I can colour it. 5 plus 7 equals 3 times 4. Checkerboard here, so that's green. These aren't the best colours. I'm having slight trouble visualising them. Sorry. Oh well, you're probably not. That's not a 4. Now, this cage, we've still got to... I thought I'd done all the cages. I absolutely... Oh, this digit sees 1 and 4 in the column. That's a 3. Oh, this cage. We still have to colour this cage. That's pink to avoid a 2 by 2. So's that. This cage is going to have a green 1 and a pink 4 in it. That's a 4. 2 and 9 have gone in the box. That's 2, that's 9. This is a 5, 8, 7 triple. This digit is a 6. Let's do Sudoku. 8 is looking at that. 6, 3, 4, 1, 8. There's a 2 in one of these cells. Ah! Do you know what I did? I deleted 2 as a candidate out of there when I was trying to delete 8 because of that 8. 2 is in one of these cells in the column, but it's in one of these cells in the cage. The overlap is here. This digit is 5, 7 or 9, and I don't know which. Now, we definitely are putting 8 into this. Ah, 4. No, 4 could still be missing from the cage, or 3. That's getting on my wick now. That's not a 5. That's not a 6. These include 3 and 7. These are... Oh, 2 in the box is there. That is not an 8 because there's an 8 in the cage. So 8 in the column is there. That is not an 8. 8 in this cage is there. Oh, come on. Just give up, puzzle. 6, 8, 2, 4, 1. We know these are 3, 5, 7, 9. I don't need to keep checking that. Oh, it's all about this cage in my mind. No, it's also all about this one. So, one of these is pink and one is green. Oh, hang on. This can't be pink. If that was pink, this would be green. And this would have to avoid a checkerboard and not be green, but avoid a 2 by 2 and not be pink. Oh, that's mad. So this is green, this is pink. And that is going to determine what these are. That's a 1, that's a 4. That's going to look down here. 4 has been kept out of this cage. So 3 is going into it. This is now a 3, 8 pair. And now we can colour the 1 by adding... Do these make... I can't remember how it worked. Do these make 30, 16... 18, 21, they make 29. We need the green in the 30 sum. So that's pink to avoid 2 by 2s. This pink area has to get out. That goes there. I could have noticed that a long time ago. Oh no, I couldn't because that was a possible way out. This pink has to get out now, there. This has to be green to avoid a checkerboard. This pink still has to get out to there. This pink has to get out to there. Now we avoid a 2 by 2. And now this little area still has to get out, and it can only get out through this passage. So that's all pink. Now, hopefully, we can finish off the Sudoku and declare this puzzle a raging success. That's my plan. 3 there, 8 here. That gives us 8 in the top row. 8, 9, 4, 3, 2. That is done. That's a 7. This is not done, but it's not 9. 1 in the central column is in the central cell. This digit is 5 or 6. This column has 2, 1, 8, 3, 4. We need a 9. I don't know. 1, 2. I don't know. This must all be done. I'm not accepting that I haven't finished, even though I haven't. Is there another cage? No, there's no other cages to think about. It's just Sudoku. It's just Sudoku. I don't understand. Right, just calm down, Mark. Figure it out. 3, 5, 7, 9. That, yeah, okay. That digit is 7 or 9. Okay, there's only one place in this row for 6. There we go. 6 there. 9 underneath it. 5, 6, 5, 7. It is just Sudoku and it does just work. 5, 7. Now, these digits are 3, 7, 9. That one is a 9. That one is a 7. That one is a 3. This row, needs a 9. Then we do 7, 9, 7. This has become a 5. Actually, that has been a 5 for a long old time, but there we go. Sometimes takes me a moment to spot these. These are 6 and 9, and that is the solution to a wonderful mathematical puzzle. It's so good. It's so good. I love that. I hope that's not too complicated for you to understand, because if you fail to appreciate the beauty of this, it's such a shame. I love it. I love it, MantaRay. Well done. That's so good. Thank you for watching me enjoy myself for nearly an hour. I'll be back tomorrow with another puzzle. See you then. Bye for now.